Today we're going to look at some crafting. We're going to look at least two different types, both coordinate crafting and circuit board crafting. First though, we're going to stop by the officer's lounge here. This is just a little mini game that is in the city. And
challenge begins.
It's a challenge that you're able to do fairly quickly, get to gold. And the reason why you might do it is because you will get a chest of crafting components. And the cities are all filled with little games like this. In fact, this is the second time I've done this one today, so it is a repeatable mini game, a repeatable challenge in this case. My map's a little big, so it's covering up the challenge there, but I think this should be the last one. There we go. Loot my rewards. Notice you got best odds, average odds, good luck. So you got some special tints here. You've got some furnishings, crafting components, and scavenge supplies. So I'll go up to the crafting components. This one you can see little hammer areas where you can craft. Now, again, my crafting is going to be architecture, which I believe is in here, at this station right here. And then food is just around the corner, up those stairs, I believe. So let's start with a little architecture. Architecture, of course, is the crafting that you will do to be able to create things for people's houses. As you can see, I'm a novice architect. I have not crafted anything yet. This view right here shows you your path tree that you can choose to follow to unlock certain items. You click on something, it tells you what you can unlock by completing it. It tells you what you have to craft to unlock that area. To unlock this area, or each of these sections, you have to do the one before it. So I cannot work on the wooden ranch fence until I complete the fuel cans first. So let's go ahead and craft 3 fuel cans so we can unlock this sack of golden wheat. And hopefully we have the components. Now here we have coordinate crafting. So I hit start craft. And if I just craft it, I will get it right in the middle and I'll get the basic one that I can, the fuel can I can open. I can land anywhere in this circle to make a box of bolts, anywhere in this circle to make a fuel can. So you have function, synthetic, aesthetic, and organic. Those are your 2 axes and your 4 different directions that you can move something. So I have to move this dot further towards function and a little up towards synthetic. So you can purchase, see, 1 silver and 60 copper, or an iron screw for 10 copper. Now 10 copper gets me from that area to approximately this area. Now notice there is a gray area around that. That means that dot will land somewhere in that gray area. I can also look at synthetic. Notice synthetic kind of gets me up in that direction too. In fact, it's the same item for those. So that moves me, and then trying to move a little bit more. Blinking lights gets me a little closer. Let's do another iron screw. So I need to get a little bit more function, not so much synthetic. Looks like the blinking lights will get me there, but there's a chance that it might miss. Looks like with those 3 things, I'm able to jump right in. Now, each time, even though I used 2 iron screws and a blinking light, each time I try this, it will land in a slightly different area due to random number generator. So go ahead and hit craft. Crafts, and I made a fuel can. So I hit recraft because I have to create 3 of these. Start craft. We know it's 2 iron screws at the very minimum. Hit 1, hit 2. We're pretty good so far. That looks like they'll, oh, that's cleanly in there. And we'll recraft again. Now, if I wanted to go for this box of bolts, I'd want to move something that moves me straight up synthetic. And as you can see, this iron nail does. So the iron nail, one more time should do it. That gets me into that box of bolts. So I just gained 2 Architect XP, but I still didn't unlock this since I needed to do 3 fuel cans. I don't know what that box of bolts is going to be good for, but it may be something that is a component in something else later on. So I've now made 3 fuel cans. That now turns green. That allows me to move on to wooden ranch fence or down to sack of golden wheat. Now, I may not have the skill level to do sack of golden wheat. Now, I want to try something. On food with coordinate crafting, I can just take craft and I'll create the base item. And as you can see, I made a sack of golden wheat. I can start my craft again. I can try to get down here to this unburnt toast. So we need something that goes down to organic. That heartwood peg brought me to a good place. Medusa glue, another Medusa glue, landing straight in it. Hit craft. And I made a sack of golden wheat. Did not make our unburnt toast, possibly because it's still locked. Click to see how to unlock. Not showing me much of anything. Also, preview only because I ran out of materials. To make the golden wheat, I need more of one of the materials I'm missing here. So I only need 2 of this item, campus cloth, but I need more yellow bell, and I would have to go out into the world and scavenge for that. So that kind of locks me out from continuing there. Let's try this metal platform. Don't think I have much metal, so this should be interesting. I'm just going to start craft. Now I'm just going to craft and see if I can get that metal platform right from the beginning. It's a metal plank. So the center in this case is a metal plank. A couple iron screws, and we should get our platform. Recraft. Now in this case, especially at this lower level, looks like some of this, even though it is kind of random number generated, it is close enough each time that I can use the same recipe. That'll be my 3rd one right there.
Damn! Now you just need your own theme song.
And I went up in level. Schematics are the schematics that you can build. Metal plank. As we see, I already made some of that. Crude fencing. Knotted heartwood and iron chunks. Sandbag. The variants are what I was shooting for to make the special components or the special end results. So since I'm blocked, let's just take a look at the other thing. Since I'm currently blocked, let's just take a look at some of the other tabs here. You got talents. These will unlock as you go up, and you'll be able to improve your ability creating the different items. Schematics are the different items you can build. As a novice architect, I have several decor things: crude fencing, metal plank, sandbag. Notice that this is the base item. To go up in level, I was going for the variants or the special items I could make, which should all now be in my inventory. So here I got the drooping cable segment, I created the 3 short hanging cables, my full fuel cans. The fuel cans are a decor, so you can use that in your housing. Now, with the crafting, you can actually have crafting missions, as it were. You go over to this board, which is similar to the wanted board that tells you about large creatures that you can hunt down as groups. And you can right click on it and you can click on what you want to do, and it's a work order that asks for, you know, like stone walls, looking for, in this case, single metal crates, torchlights. So you get these different items, and they'll say, okay, you need to obtain wicked fire totems. So you can get all these different. So these work orders allow you to increase in experience a little bit quicker in each of your crafting paths that you choose. Okay, up here we'll see food. Now food is also coordinate style crafting. I can look under cooking, and there's some different items here. Again, you have your base item, and then you have specialty items that you can try to get. Now I've gotten a decent amount of food, so we should be able to change over to our cooking and get our tech tree for cooking. So there's these, again, different items you got to make to be able to increase up in level. So for like a meat chef, so some tender steaks, citrus steak, pepper steak, different types of jerkies, peppered roast. Click on it. I don't have the mats for that one. Let's see if I can find one I have the mats for here. It seems that I need a lot more stout root than I have. Let's take a look at the jerkies. See if one of the jerkies is available. We got spicy jerky. Now this is an example of where I had already found a hidden recipe. There was this area where I was randomly trying to drop my pointer until I hit one of the special areas. In this case, I already found it, which was sweet jerky. So of course I want to use something sweet. Now here I have a couple more items I can choose from. Notice they have different sized landing paths. Like this one right here could land right in it. Not quite though, so we'll have to hit it again. There we go. Now we can make sweet jerky. Let's see if we can find another recipe down here. And we just made tough jerky. But we're increasing our percentage as we keep creating these. Okay, so continue with meat chef. Let's scroll all the way down. Let's try peppered roast. Again, we have this large area here where there's somewhere in that area there is a secret recipe. So we start the craft, and let's check the savory sour side. So let's hit savory. Brings us kind of close. Let's get some sour in there. That lands us pretty well in the center there. And we'll see if we can find that secret recipe. Well, we made pot roast, which is the base recipe, so we didn't quite do it there. Let's try again. Start off with some sour. Another sour. And just a little savory maybe, to bring us a little closer to the line. Maybe just another sour. And we'll craft that. And you just keep trying like this try off in this direction. You keep trying to eliminate sections of that shaded area until you find the item you're looking for. And the benefit here is that with doing all this, we're continuing to increase in our percentage for cooking to get to the next level. And once you find the recipe, then you have a recipe that it's harder for other people to get, and you have a better chance of selling it for higher amounts. If I want to do, say, a rune of tech, insight, moxie, brutality, these all can be slotted into your weapons.
Payoff complete.
So I like moxie. I need these different items and craft. I can now equip the rune. So if I want to put them into my claws, now I'll add 2 moxie to my claws. I don't have enough mats to do much rune crafting. So over here to the left, we have weapon crafting. Now I've started moving down my tree. I need to continue down novice gunsmithing. I have to create 1 more fine steel arms. Start crafting. And we have circuit board crafting. We start at the top. We add a power core. The better the power core, the more power you're going to have down here. Notice I have 48. If I put in a weak quartz, it goes up to 55. If instead I put in a full quartz, it goes to 57 available. Now off to the left, we have what is called the locked circuit. This happens to be insight, and it's taking 34 power, 34 of our 57. Over on the other side, we can add a different chip. And it'll tell you the best match. You can add any one of these. Moxie, I believe this may be Grit. As you can see, we have a +3 to Grit, taking 4 power. Well, we've got a lot of power left, and there's nothing else in our circuit board at this time. So we can add more Grit to it. And now we're taking up 7 power, 10, all the way up until we use 55 of 57. We could craft it at this point in time, and it would create our fine steel sidearms, which are pistols for spellbinders, with 170 assault power, 255 support power, 10 insight, and 8 grit for a +8 here. However, we can go ahead and do a +9 with only a 1% chance to fail. So we'll go ahead and do that. Hit craft. That made the last of the fine steel arms I had to create to be able to get past this level. Okay, coming up to a crafting station. Nice thing is you can use pretty much any crafting station. And then you just choose from your drop-down menu where you're crafting. Your hobbies will be listed there too, hobbies such as cooking. In this case, I'm a novice weaponsmith. I've been working down my tech tree. So, you can check to see. No materials, of course, to do that, unfortunately. Schematics would be the best place to check to see if you have your materials. So let's see if we can make some claws here. So these will make some claws for a stalker. Start crafting. Gives brutality on a +9. So we slot in a core. Let's slot in a more powerful quartz core, giving us 57 total power, of which 34 is currently used. Click to add a chip. Since it's brutality, it's telling me that the best is going to be, I believe, insight and grit. Grit giving you more hit points. Insight, I believe, gives you more strike-through power. So sure enough, it's +3 insight. And of course, we want to bring that up to where we can. 55 out of 57 gives us a +8 insight. A +9 is a 1% chance to fail. So virtually guaranteed. Almost guaranteed. But going up to the another 5 power, which is a +10, we have an 18% chance to fail. So still a fairly good chance, and probably something that you could sell for a little bit more. So maybe worthwhile. Let's go ahead and give it a chance. And failed. This time we're starting with a 9 finesse. So in this case, this lock stat is random each time, which it does say before we start our craft. A weaker core only gives us 55. Let's try insight again. And only a 4% chance at a +9. So you can see each time that you try to create these, not only are you going to get a slightly different set of claws. In this case, we get finesse. But you're also going to get slightly different set of attributes, and sometimes even the ability to get, a much higher quality than what somebody else might be able to craft just by luck. In this case, really good setup there. Looks like I have to make one more to be able to open up the next set. +10 in finesse. Do some grit again. This time we'll just go for the 1% chance to fail.
Whoa!
And I leveled up. So that would open up being able to create the resonators. Work my way down the tech tree like that. So that's just about it for crafting with the circuit board crafting. Again, you can go through your schematics. You can see which schematics are still locked off. Going through the tech tree will unlock them. Clicking on the schematics actually will tell you the mats needed. The low viscosity flux, that is a material that you just buy from a vendor here right at the crafting stations. The iron chunks are what I'm finding out in the real world, finding out the world of Nexus at least, and mining those. And the quartz, I'm usually getting that from salvaging items that I pick up. So if I pick up an item that is a piece of armor or a weapon, I salvage it, and sometimes I'll get cores out of it. And as you can see, these are using quartz cores. Checking my inventory, I actually have sapphire cores as well. Now they're not showing up as materials for this because these lower levels don't have the ability to use those higher level cores. So you couldn't have these lower level claws to the point where they have like +20 moxie or something like that. They're pretty much only going to go up to the +10, because any higher than that, see if we redo the fine steel here again, we use our best core. We got grit and insight. We can go up to that +10, we got an 18% chance to fail. If we go up to the plus 11, right there it's a 100% chance to fail. So, you know, you're going to have this area where you have a 1 in 5 chance almost of failure, but the rest of the time you'll succeed. So you'll be able to make those higher quality items, but there's definitely a limit to how much higher quality you can make them. In this case, plus 11 is just not possible with this type of core. And that's, you know, the best core that I have that can slot into this particular one, because the sapphire cores are going to be used for the higher level items. So out of making 3 of those with plus 10, I've only been able to successfully make 1 of the 3. So even with the 18% chance to failure, you'd think 1 in 5 failure. Here I've actually failed 66% of the time. 2 out of 3 failures. Or 2 out of 3 attempts resulted in failure. Now see here we got, tells you what it's unlocked by, the schematics purchased from a vendor found in the world, where others are unlocked just by, there's a vendor. So some of these are vendors, some of them are unlocked just by going down your tech tree. Because you'll see each one, they'll tell you what it unlocks. So this unlocks a talent point. That's something that I really want to invest in, because then I can use the talent points over here, you see, to increase the ability to do certain portions of the crafting. Again, that's under the cams. Which are weapon attachments. That's why. I need bonding interface to be able to do them. That's why I didn't have the correct materials. So I'll be able to jump over here to this wonderful vendor sitting in the ground. Looks like he's a vendor for, oh wow, he's got iron chunks to purchase. Usually you have to mine those. This other vendor sitting halfway in the ground. Under supplies, here's where you get your flux normally. Here's your here's your low viscosity flux. And here's the bonding interface that I was missing. So I can purchase a couple of those. It'll give me 4 cams I can make and let me go up and level there. Again, it's from what I could tell, it's pretty much any of the crafting stations will allow you to craft. So it's a basic steel wire cam, combat assist module, which again is, you can get it from either location, from your schematics directly. Again, the schematics will tell you the materials you need. Where the tech tree, it's not going to tell you the materials you need, so you won't know just by clicking on this until you go into the crafting whether you have the materials for it or not. So we're starting with +3 assault power, using up 25 of our power of 41. Slotting in a core, we now have 48. We can pick an attribute to go with it. And Moxie, I'm sorry, that's finesse. I'm not as used to the symbols over here. So the Moxie is the thumb up, finesse is that. That's brutality. Moxie is usually what I like because I believe that's for critical hit percentage. So we can get a +7 before we use up our power. +8, we have a 1% chance to fail. +24, 14% chance to fail. Well, I'm trying to create these so that I can get that extra talent point. So let's just use the 1% fail for right now. And we'll make some different ones. We'll throw some finesse in there. And some brutality, which is strike through, I believe. Okay, we got that. Should have unlocked my talent point. So let's take a look. So I can increase experience that I gain even from failures. And special ability chips cost 6% less. Interestingly enough, even though it says I unlock a talent point, apparently I can't use talent points at this level, possibly. Can't do that until I salvage stuff. I don't got enough cores to continue up past this level, unfortunately. We'll just craft this really quick. And we'll exit out. Let me take a look at these claws. Yeah, these claws aren't quite as good as what I have right now. So this gives you the information. Insight increases the ability to deflect and deflect critical hit. Your finesse is your critical severity, so how much of a bonus your critical hit gives you, and your strike-through rating. Grit is your base health. And your brutality is your assault power. Now you can either go and vend these out, sell these to get some of the money back from making them, and it's not too bad considering, you know, get 26 for selling them. What did I purchase? Well, I purchased the low viscosity flux, which was 5 each, 5 silvers, so I could get a little money back. The other option is, instead of selling them, we can recycle them. There. If I salvage it, I got a quartz power core back. So I got my power core back, and I can use that again with, again, a 5 silver cost for that low viscosity flux. I can then use that to continue crafting. I mean, because that's what just stopped me from going up in levels, because I didn't have any cores left. And then there's your assist module. And mind you, I'm level 17, and the stuff I'm crafting, which I could have crafted a long time ago, is not that much less powerful than what I have right now. So if you start crafting right away, and I think it's level 10 or 14, somewhere around in there that you start crafting right away, you will have useful items you can craft fairly quickly. Salvage those out. Psionic stars I made. Sidearms. Don't want to salvage those. Those are PvP equipment that I found that is slottable. Well, that's it for crafting today. I hope you learned something new and enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. Until next time, this is Phoenix Nova. So I can just jump in here. Been working down my skill tree, trying to raise my level. I've got all my salvages done at least. So we got one more of these due. It does not tell you the mats at this level because this is just your skill tree. Notice it's fine steel room sweeper, so it's a gun. It's actually one of my heavy guns here. If I click on this, this will actually tell me the mats. So I've got 5 of my low viscosity flux, which is what you buy from the vendor over here to the side. I've been collecting iron, so I got 205, so I got plenty there. I've only got 3 quartz power cores, so I'll only be able to make 3 of anything. And luckily, I only need 1 of these to go up to the next level. This is called circuit board crafting. It's one of the 2 types of crafting that I've seen, which is coordinate and circuit board. It starts off, in this case, with 10 brutality. It kind of randomly picks this lock circuit over here. And these are lower level circuit boards I'm doing, so there's only so much. You can put different quartz cores in. Quartz is the only one that's available this level. I actually have some sapphire ones, but the sapphire is just not available for this level of an item. And then on the other end, you can click and add a stat. Now, since this is brutality, it's saying, oh, okay, well, insight and grit go really well with that. Grit increases your HP. Insight, let's see, brutality is your assault power. Insight is your deflect. So this would be increasing deflect damage and deflect critical. So if I wanted to put insight in on this gun that I'm making, it'll be by default +3 insight, but since I put the quartz core in, I have 55 total power, and this is only using 34 and 4, so 38 total right now. So I can increase, I go to insight +4, +5, and it keeps using up more and more of the power core's power until I got 51 of 55. Now I'm 55 of 55. Using all of it, I have a 1% chance to fail. I could try pushing it. Pardon me. In this case, a +9 is only a 4% chance to fail, so that's probably worth it to get a little bit better of an item that might sell for a little bit more. You do a +10, but I actually can't because it'll be a 100% chance to fail. So we'll go +9, 4% chance. And it succeeded. Now I'm not going to craft a new one right away because I was going down my tech tree and that finished off novice manufacturing. So that's Halls of the Bloodsworn, so I could make PvP gear, it looks like. Right now we'll go and we'll finish down this path, and we need to make 4 of these, but I only got a couple cores. So again, you select your core first. That gives me 55 total power, 34. It's starting with brutality like the other one did. We'll do grit this time. We'll do 4% chance to fail, that's worth it. And we'll craft another one right away because I think I have one more core. Yep. And see, this time, see, it's random when it loads here in this lock circuit. This time it's tech. And we'll go grid again for the 4%. And craft it. Now I'm out of cores. Nice thing is instead of selling this stuff, I could just say, let's go ahead and let's salvage them. Get that out of the way so we can see it. I'll go ahead and salvage, and sometimes when I salvage it, I'll get a core back. So I got a quartz core. And I don't want to salvage those, that's my PvP gear. So I got 1 core, not a lot. But at least allow me to create 1 more of these. We'll just do 1% this time. And again, we'll go ahead and salvage it. See if we get a core out of it. Nope. Sure didn't. I don't know if I can buy the quartz cores or not. Let's see. There we go. So we'll sell the junk. What little money I can get from out of it. That's not a quartz core. So I can buy some weak quartz cores. Buy a couple more to finish up there. Let's see if we can get into PvP though while we're waiting. Nope, still unable to join the queue. So we'll finish this one up, and that'll get us that level, or at least that part of the tech tree. Go for the 4% again. Failed. So that 4% finally hit us. Oh, and no mats. Probably out of low viscosity flux. Purchase some of that really quick. It's under your supplies. So a lot of your basic supplies will be in here because you don't find this crafting supply out in the world or anything. So buy a couple of those up so that you can continue to craft. And it fortunately does not use up an inventory slot. You have a special inventory over here that allows you to stack so much of a particular item. So there's my low viscosity flux. And the other one I'm using a lot of is my iron chunks. I'm down to 183 of my 205 I had, so slowly burning through those. Choose my weak core again. stick to the 1% so I can get that one finished up. There we go.